Before you book your next flight, before you pack your bags, and before you head to the airport, there is something extremely important every Canadian senior must hear today. A small mistake with your passport in 2026 could cancel your trip instantly, cost you thousands of dollars, or even leave you stranded at the airport. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. Airlines won't warn you. Travel agents often don't explain it clearly. And many seniors assume their passport is still valid, when in reality, it may already be a problem. Today, we're breaking down the Canada Passport 2026 update, the new rules, the hidden deadlines, and the critical warnings that seniors must understand before any international travel. If you or someone you love is planning to travel in 2026, this information could save you stress, money, and serious disappointment. Welcome back to CPP News and Finance Updates. Now let's talk about why 2026 is different and why seniors are being affected more than anyone else. Over the last few years, Canada has updated passport processing rules, international travel requirements have tightened, and many countries have quietly changed their entry policies. These changes are not always announced loudly, but airlines and border officials enforce them strictly. In 2026, Canadian passport holders, especially seniors, are facing increased scrutiny, stricter validity requirements, and longer processing delays. Many travelers still believe that as long as their passport hasn't expired, they're good to go. That assumption is one of the biggest travel mistakes seniors are making right now. Here is the first critical warning. Your passport may be considered invalid, even if it has not expired. Many countries now require that your Canadian passport be valid for at least 6 months beyond your return date. That means if you plan to come back to Canada in June 2026, your passport must often be valid until December 2026 or later. Seniors are frequently denied boarding because their passport expires too soon, even though it technically hasn't expired yet. Airlines will stop you at the check-in counter, and there are no exceptions made at the airport. The second major issue is damaged passports. In 2026, airlines and border officials are being far more strict about passport condition. Slight water damage, loose covers, worn edges, faded photo pages, or small tears can result in denial of boarding. Seniors often carry older passports that have been used for many years, stored in wallets, purses, or travel bags. What looks acceptable to you may be flagged as damaged by airline staff. Once that happens, you won't be allowed to fly, and travel insurance usually does not cover passport-related issues. Now let's talk about processing delays, which are catching many seniors off guard. Passport Canada has improved some services, but demand remains extremely high, especially with post-pandemic travel surges and increased immigration-related applications. In 2026, routine passport processing can still take several weeks, and sometimes longer if additional verification is required. Seniors who wait until the last minute to renew their passport are facing serious risks. Urgent or express services are not always guaranteed, and appointments are limited. If your travel date is close, there is no promise that you'll receive your passport in time. Another major update affecting seniors in 2026 is the growing use of electronic travel authorization systems around the world. Many countries now require Canadians to apply online for travel authorization before arrival, even for short stays. Seniors often overlook these digital requirements, assuming their passport alone is enough. In reality, failing to complete an online travel authorization can result in denied boarding or entry refusal at your destination. These authorizations can take time to process and may require accurate passport details, travel dates, and personal information. Any mismatch can cause delays or rejections. Let's also discuss name mismatches, which are becoming a serious problem in 2026. Your passport name must exactly match your airline ticket. Even small differences like missing middle names, extra spaces, spelling variations, or married versus maiden names can cause issues. Seniors who book through third parties, travel agents, or family members are especially vulnerable to these errors. Airlines are now enforcing name-matching rules much more strictly, and corrections at the airport are rarely possible. Another warning seniors need to hear is about passport expiration timing related to cruise travel. Many Canadian seniors travel by cruise, believing that passport rules are more relaxed. While some closed-loop cruises may allow alternative documents, many international cruises still require full passport validity, often with 6 months remaining. Cruise lines enforce their own rules, and these rules can change without notice. In 2026, several cruise companies have tightened their passport requirements, and seniors have been denied boarding at ports despite having valid-looking passports. Now let's talk about emergency travel, which is where seniors face the most stress. If you need to travel suddenly in 2026 due to illness, family emergencies, or urgent matters, having an expired or near-expiry passport can turn an already emotional situation into a nightmare. Emergency passport services are limited, require in-person visits, and may not be available in all locations. Seniors living in rural or smaller communities face even greater challenges accessing urgent services. Another important update in 2026 involves passport photos. Canada passport officials are rejecting more applications due to photo issues than ever before. Lighting, facial expression, head position, and background requirements are strictly enforced. Seniors who submit photos taken at home or by inexperienced photographers risk application delays or rejections. Every rejection adds weeks to the process. For seniors with upcoming travel plans, even a small photo mistake can mean missing a flight. Now let's discuss travel insurance misconceptions. Many seniors believe their travel insurance will protect them if something goes wrong with their passport. Unfortunately, most policies clearly exclude coverage for denied boarding due to passport validity, damage, or missing documents. That means if you miss a flight because your passport doesn't meet requirements, you could lose airfare, hotel bookings, cruise deposits, and tour payments. In 2026, travel costs are high, and these losses can be significant, especially for retirees on fixed incomes. There is also confusion around passport renewals for seniors who have had name changes, citizenship updates, or old documentation issues. In 2026, Passport Canada may request additional documents for verification, which can slow down processing. Seniors who became citizens many years ago or who have older records should expect possible delays. It's extremely important to apply early and ensure all documents are accurate and complete. Let's talk about the biggest mistake seniors are making right now: waiting. Many seniors say they'll renew their passport later, especially if the expiration date looks far away. But with 6-month validity rules, processing delays, and unexpected travel needs, waiting is risky. The safest approach in 2026 is to renew your passport if it expires within the next year, even if you don't have travel plans yet. This simple step can prevent nearly all of the problems we're discussing today. Now here's what every senior should do immediately. First, take out your passport and check the expiration date. Then count forward 6 months from your planned return date, not your departure date. If your passport doesn't meet that requirement, start the renewal process now. Second, inspect your passport condition carefully. Look for damage, wear, loose pages, or faded printing. If you're unsure, it's safer to renew. Third, confirm that your name on your passport exactly matches your airline ticket. Fourth, research your destination's entry requirements, including electronic authorizations, visa rules, and passport validity policies. For seniors who are not comfortable using online systems, ask a trusted family member for help or visit official government sources. Avoid unofficial websites that charge unnecessary fees. Passport-related scams are increasing in 2026, and seniors are often targeted by fake renewal services and travel authorization websites. Now let's talk briefly about peace of mind. Travel should be enjoyable, especially in retirement. You've worked hard, paid into the system, and earned the right to explore, visit family, or take that long-awaited vacation. But none of that matters if a passport issue stops you at the airport. Taking care of these details early removes stress and protects your investment. At CPP News and Finance Updates, our goal is to make sure Canadian seniors stay informed, protected, and prepared. Passport rules don't get as much attention as pension updates or benefits, but they can impact your life just as much. Missing a trip due to a passport problem isn't just inconvenient. It can be heartbreaking. Before we wrap up, here's one final warning. Do not rely on outdated advice from friends or old travel experiences. Rules have changed, enforcement has tightened, and what worked years ago may no longer apply in 2026. Always verify current requirements before traveling. even if you visited the same destination many times before. If this information helped you, take a moment to like this video so more seniors can see it. Share it with family members, friends, and anyone planning international travel in 2026. And make sure you're subscribed to CPP News and Finance Updates, because we bring you the updates that directly affect your financial security, travel plans, and peace of mind. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay prepared, and as always, we'll see you in the next update right here on CPP News and Finance Updates.